Actually, I just want to say a number. 0%. Here's what that means.
Today we learned that last month our economy had 0% inflation.
Result, zero inflation last month.
So then has the American people seen inflation peak, and is it now coming back down?
Look, what I can tell you is...
Result, zero inflation last month.
Turns out the White House's most recent assessment of the economy, all this talk about zero inflation, is actually worth less than zero. They want to tell us that things are picking up and their Inflation Reduction Act is going to make everything cheaper, but only if you give them more of your income to the IRS in the form of higher taxes first. And if you don't comply, well, there's 87,000 future IRS agents out there somewhere willing to, quote, carry firearms and be willing to use deadly force. You guys have seen the new job posting over at the IRS. Meantime, over at liberal Slate magazine, they were shocked that Republicans were calling BS on the White House's inflation zero claims. Quote, overall prices did not rise in July, meaning that inflation for the month was zero. Republicans nonetheless erupted in furor and mockery. They called out Ted Cruz for tweeting this, which is factual. There's 8.5% inflation and basically everyone is seeing their prices go up. This is just cruel gaslighting from the Biden administration. Slate also called out Marsha Blackburn for being transphobic for tweeting this out. In Joe Biden's America, men and women, and 8.5%, or men are women, and 8.5% inflation is zero inflation. So, yeah, 8.5% inflation is zero inflation. A recession is not a recession. The Inflation Reduction Act is a reduction in Inflation Act, not so much. Now, repeat the lie enough and it becomes a truth. That's what they always say. Well, here's the real truth. Disregard what you hear from the White House. Inflation, true, didn't go up last month per se, but prices, as Ted Cruz pointed out, are still much higher than they were last year. And here's what else is true. A lot of Americans are putting this record inflation on their credit cards. We're also seeing an uptick in foreclosures and mortgage delinquencies. That started to happen this summer after they were finally normalizing following the pandemic. And Barron's just reported that cracks are appearing in the U.S. auto market. That's not a great sign for car stocks or the broader economy. I will say this about the writer over at Slate. He did include this nugget on the story, and we agree with him here. Quote, the president is at risk of spiking the football here. While today's inflation report, meaning yesterday's, was certainly welcome news, the month-to-month data can be erratic, and reading too much into a single report can be hazardous.
J.P. Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.